you better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Now watch.
They gonna be there.
Now watch. Now watch.
Since the announcement of their fight late last year, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach have rekindled old fires and have both suffered intense burns. But you can trust Gervonta Davis to never back down after taking a shot. He has tirelessly gone after Lamont Roach and has gone as far as canceling the fight before eventually confirming it again.
But that's what I want, though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm
always
saying,
get the
you just said
yapping.
you feel like...
This time, as he prepares for the night of March 1st, he has taken a moment off his preparation to fire back at Lamont Roach for a comment he made during an interview. Lamont Roach went a bit too far during an interview where he was asked about his relationship with Gervonta Davis. His preparation and training came, and then his prediction for the fight, where he claimed he was going to knock out Gervonta Davis when they got into the ring together. He got his response on X, formerly Twitter, where Gervonta Davis posted a tweet before deleting, as he would normally do, where he wrote, "You're a crazy dude, I'm gonna mess you up, dumbhead. Just 42 days to go." This makes it another layer of chaos added to the buildup between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor.
Tank and Roach have previously indulged in a few spats online in the lead up to the upcoming fight, just as this time was no different. The World Boxing Association's super featherweight champion recently took a cheeky dig at the 30-0 boxer on his Instagram story.
Mr. Roach?
Nah, not yet. I'm just trying to focus on him right now. And then once we get him out the way, then we can,
Speaking of other title holders in the division, we know you were close to the Lomachenko fight.
He posted a selfie of himself with the caption, "I'm now at the gym, man. You be cool like how you be cool," claiming that while Gervonta Davis focuses on worthless stunts online, he will be busy training. Tank did not let it pass as he reposted Reaper's story and wrote, "Laugh now. Your son is going to be crying later," issuing a warning that the Washington native will regret talking like this on March 1st. Tank then got a little personal and wrote, "And you better not be over there freaking pretty girl, because you know what? The crowd leaves what's right behind them, the women," taking a shallow dig at the 29-year-old. As the spat continued, the digs got slightly more irritating and personal, as Roach fired back with another selfie and caption reading,
Fighting, what are your thoughts on that fight?
No thoughts.
Do you have a prediction on how that fight would play out?
Don't care.
We know that you got off of Twitter.
"Ya man, back at it again, LOL. Stay focused, champ. I'm working. Worry about them little angels you got, not what boys freaking other boys." And advised Tank to stay focused on his training. The way this online feud is processing, both boxers will be better off focusing on training rather than this spat. Furthermore, it looks like even Gervonta Davis regrets getting into this online scuffle, as he later took to his kezes to show his grief over the turn of events. Gervonta Davis's regretful confession. After the back and forth, the Baltimore native took to his exes and posted a confession showing extreme remorse. He wrote, "I'm a low-key type of guy. This being in the public eye is killing me, fam." Tank declared he rarely gets into these online battles, which makes him severely uncomfortable.
We know that you were an interested observer on the Netflix event, Paul versus Tyson. Your thoughts, is Jake Paul someone you'd want to take on at one point?
Yeah.
The 30-0 boxer further confessed, "I'm not chasing no image at all, nor a female. I be Gucci away from this stuff," claiming he does not want any fame. He is content with his life and family and keeps his desire at arm's length. This latest confession by Tank is similar to his retirement announcement when he claimed he started hating the sport and just wanted to spend time with his family. "After next year, I'm out of it. Yeah, out of this sport. Stuff's trash. This stuff is trash, garbage. Fed up. I'm fed up with the whole stuff," stated Tank as he announced his retirement. However, the Baltimore native has left all his reservations for the upcoming fight at the Barclays Center behind. He is focused on the bout and was even spotted rocking a new ponytail look. The renewed intensity of the online spat is great news for fans. However, fans would rather prefer Davis to answer all the hate inside the ring, something he has done throughout his career. It's actually a unique matchup when you consider the fact that the two fighters are world champions, only that they fight in different weight classes, and as such, despite them being world champions, the fight isn't a unified world title fight. However, Lamont Roach, as a world champion, brings something very different that almost all of Gervonta Davis' recent opponents lack, and that's his size. Gervonta Davis is used to fighting bigger fighters, who for the sake of a title shot and a huge payday, carelessly he weight drained ahead of the fight and end up with lackluster performances as a result. Well, the same doesn't apply for Lamont Roach, who will instead be moving up in weight to the 135-pound lightweight division, where Gervonta Davis currently fights at. Hence, Lamont Roach is expected to be in the ring on Fight Night looking better than Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, and many of Gervonta Davis's recent opponents who looked like they were on a rehydration clause when they faced. But as much as this sounds good about Lamont Roach, there's so much downside to the whole fixture as well. According to Boxing News 24, Gervonta Davis is already working on his fitness and is almost at the weight for his title defense. And to begin the road to retirement, that promoter Leonard Ellerbe said he understood in a chat for the laboratory with Plaz. I can understand what's going on. Things are different when you have kids. It changes your life completely. He sees things differently than he did 6 or 7 years ago. If that's what he said, that he's retiring and we all heard it, Leonard Ellerbe said of Gervonta's retirement announcement, adding, "Life is so much more than something you do for a living. You have respect for the fans who pay their money to see you fight, but you have a life outside of boxing. They want you to keep doing this and they really don't care about your health afterwards." Ellerbe described boxing as a brutal sport, in which many boxers of the past have been taken advantage of in different ways and also had different health problems. They went through a lot of health problems, a lot of permanent things. I understand the philosophy that you get into the sport and leave your mark, and then you leave it there. Everyone's opinion is different and everyone has different goals in life, Ellerbe said. After days of confusion, the March 1st showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. is back on track. On January 5th, Davis shocked the world as he announced the cancellation of the highly anticipated fight on his Instagram story. The story sent the fans into a state of panic, who, despite their reservations, were excited to see the Baltimore native in action. PBC has already postponed the upcoming fight twice, and considering Tank has declared 2025 to be his last year in boxing, a cancellation would hurt the fans. However, it looks like things are back on track as the duo went back and forth online to hype up the fight. However, it does not look like the WBA lightweight champion is a fan of such altercations. Gervonta Davis sent shockwaves down the boxing world when he took to the stage to promote Lamont Roach Jr. fight.
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Many expected him to lay out a plan for a more productive 2025, more fights, activity, and hopefully some big events under his GTD promotions. But it all came crashing down when the fans realized it was an announcement of his retirement. Davis, 30, will stand across from Roach Jr., 29 on March 1st, where he will defend his World Boxing Association title for the second time.
Are you losing the love for the sport?
How many times do you want to get in the ring next year if it was your choice? 3 times. 3? So 3 fights for sure. Are you retiring? Are you retiring?
The fans expected him to carry on the momentum he got from the Frank Martin fight this June. Instead, he gave fans an ultimatum. He is on his last run in boxing, which will end in 2025. He declared, "After next year, I'm out of it. Out of the sport." But why is Tank eager to bask in the comforts of a retirement life when he's only 30? What about the fans and the ambition to put on a show for them? It seems it's all getting a bit too boring for Davis. He expressed his candid opinions about his retirement call when he appeared in an interview with Fight Hub TV.
How about a homecoming fight, Tank Baltimore? How about a homecoming fight?
You lost the love?
The 30-0 record holder admitted he lost interest in the sweet science and grew weary of it. He declared, "It's trash. This sport is trash, garbage, fed up with the whole sport." These comments wouldn't sit well with most fans, especially with those who campaigned and demanded he take up tougher fights and fight the best in the division. However, Davis found solace in making strategic calls, making money and doing what he liked the most, knocking out opponents.
Looked like you were talking about the time was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done?
The question remains, how will the fans remember the Baltimore native, and how will they judge his legacy? Davis addressed the same question when he had a conversation with Fight Hype. When asked about whether he would insert his name among the greatest, the World Boxing Association champion disclosed, "I don't even care about that, bro. I don't even care about that. And where I'm from, bro, I will forever be greatest. I will be a forever G to myself." While the fans have only a year to enjoy Davis's explosive boxing and backflips in the ring, it doesn't mean his fight with Roach Jr. will be his last.
You said you know your next fights. Can we know who they are?
Probably the Ryan, hopefully.
He could squeeze in a couple of fights in 2025 before drawing curtains on his pro career. What's more, the lightweight champion is still under a multi-contract with the PBC, which spanned 6-7 fights, and also reportedly had a clause to fight Shakur Stevenson. What will happen to his contractual obligations now? No one is sure now. It remains to be seen how the situation develops and whether Davis is hell-bent on sticking to his retirement plan.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better.
Davis returns to action at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn in March when he defends his World Boxing Association lightweight title against current super featherweight champion Lamont Roach. During the launch press conference, Tank revealed that he plans to leave the sport at the end of 2025 and has now named the 3 men he plans to face before he hangs up the gloves. The first of those will be against Roach in March, and he told Fight Hub TV who he wants the other 2 to be, beginning with his first pick. Probably Ryan Garcia.
To him. Who that? The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
Davis and Garcia met back in April 2023, with Tank dropping his opponent twice on his way to a 7th-round knockout win to hand King Rai, his first professional debut. Garcia is currently serving a 1-year ban after failing a drugs test for his fight with Devin Haney, but is eligible to return to the ring in April 2025, potentially paving the way for a summer showdown with Davis. Tank then revealed he would like to take on Teofimo Lopez before potentially retiring as suggested. "Yeah, I do, Teo. I'll slap the hell out of him when I see him."
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of...
Lopez is the current World Boxing Organization super lightweight champion, having won the belt against Josh Taylor in June 2023 and has defended it on 2 occasions since. A fight between Davis and Lopez has been talked about for a number of years by boxing fans, and one man that has shared the ring with both men has given his prediction for how a clash would go. As for his fight against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis has prepared the fans for what to expect with a thriving press conference. Gervonta Tank Davis formally announced his March 1st fight with Lamont Roach this evening, with the official press conference concluding moments ago. There's been a lot of talk about Tank's choice of opponent here, so when Roach got the first crack at the podium, he shared these thoughts with the public.
How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want to bet? How much you want to bet? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet.
I'm excited to be a part of this, and come March 1st, it'll be a great event. Right now, I'm not really big on getting into it and stuff like that. I'm really out of it right now. But come March 1st, it's going to be a great show, same results. We just got to wait and see. We got 3 months to get ready, so it'll be a goodie. This is a hell of an opportunity, so we're going to conquer it, Roach said. Everybody knows what I'm coming here to do. If you don't, then stop. You are going to be in for a surprise. I know he won't be surprised. I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all that. People talking stuff about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he knows that I'm a dog and he wants to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm going to show you all what happens when 2 dogs get in the ring together, and obviously I'm going to be the one coming out victorious. Tank would then get his turn to speak his piece.
Choice for you in your next fight?
He have skills.
Even though he's at a smaller weight class, I feel as though Lamont have, and he's that's one of the guys that.
At that point, both fighters took a seat to get into a Q&A session to get more in depth about the fight and everything surrounding it. Here are a few excerpts. Tank on a fight with Lomachenko not going through, and why Roach was the next logical choice for him. He has skills. Even though he is at a smaller weight class, I feel as though Lamont has, and he's actually one of the guys that I came up with in the sport of boxing. Actually, still doing well. Everybody that started with us really likes not in the picture right now. So people don't really, I would say, know him, but he definitely has the skills. Definitely a top opponent.
I actually started with, came out with in the sport of boxing. Actually, still doing well. Everybody that's started with us,
Roach on how his style will be different from what Tank has faced previously. It's skill-wise, I bring a lot to the table. I can adapt, I can fight various different styles. I'm tough, I'm gritty, I'm smart, I'm witty. Whatever the case may be, whatever I got to pull out my bag of tricks, that's what I'm gonna do. The rest of them, either they were one-trick ponies or they just ain't have enough. Roach will move up to 135 pounds from 130 pounds, where he holds the World Boxing Association crown and insists he is a far tougher challenge than Martin, who Tank dispatched in 8 rounds in June. Respectfully, I'm not Frank Martin, the 29-year-old told Cigar Talk. Frank Martin started boxing when he was 15. He didn't have the experience to be in there with someone as skilled and as experienced as him.
We both break bread, we get it, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a big fight.
Yeah.
So I always knew, it always been love for sure. But I always knew that right here would come because he's one of the best, and I know for 100% for a fact that I'm one of the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's just.
I've got the same skill level as Tank. I've got the same experience as Tank. I've got the reflexes. I've got the ability. I've damn sure got the IQ. The Reaper has already faced Davis twice before in the amateurs, losing by decision on both occasions. The Washington man has won 6 on the bounce since dropping a unanimous decision to Jamel Herring in a bid for the World Boxing Council Super Featherweight World title in 2019, securing the World Boxing Association crown with a split decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia in November 2023, whom Tank knocked out 10 months prior. Davis, who is from neighboring Baltimore, has won 28 of his 30 professional fights by knockout. However, Roach insists he has the chin to stand up to the 29-year-old's power.
Released to the public, we know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach.
What makes people think I'm going to end up like those guys who didn't have the experience and skill? He added. I think I've got a nice chin. I got hit on my chin a couple of times. Ain't nobody never dropped me. Ain't nobody ever seen me hurt in no fight. The power might be a little different.
135, so I don't blame him for fighting that way. But he's not a big 35. I don't see why people like, oh, you brought up a smaller guy, woo-de-woo, blah, blah, blah. I mean, to me.
Roach explained in an interview with Najee Grampus of Cigar Talk that despite critics' opinions, Davis is not the biggest lightweight. Everybody he fights is damn near bigger than him, Roach said. The only person that was smaller than him was Isaac Cruz, and that's just in height.
They heated and they start picking words, then I gotta do my face.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You gotta respond.
Yeah. Other than that, cool. Be cool.
Yeah.
Even though Lamont Roach currently competes in the 130-pound division, his plan was always to move up to 135 pounds to capture another title. I fight at 130 because that's where I campaigned. That's where I started my career. That's where I worked my way up to a world title, Roach explained. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.